What's going on, guys? Today I wanted to cover some of the AMC 327 oddities. As you guys know, this is an LS channel, but I do a lot on AMC stuff too. I'm kind of turning into more of an AMC fan and a classic car fan, but doing a lot of LS stuff in the future as well. So today I wanted to cover the oddities. The AMC 327 is kind of an odd motor. You guys have heard me talk about it a lot in the past, but in this video I'm just going to cover everything that is odd at once. So first thing with the AMC 327 is, I'm sure most of you know, but some people do not know, it is not a GM 327. It's an AMC. It is very different. It's AMC's own design, but as some of you also know, they did use some other people's parts. So if we go back here, it looks like a GM distributor. That's because that is a GM distributor. It has a different gear and a different oil pump drive. So your oil pump is obviously different. Your distributor is slightly different. You can convert them if you need to, but that's the first thing that most people have misconceptions about, is it being a Chevy 327. Also, speaking of things that AMC used that were other companies, AMC has Mopar lifters in here, or at least it can use Mopar lifters. It has the same size bore. So if you need to use lifters and you're struggling to find AMC 327 lifters, or you want upgraded lifters, you can always go with some Mopar 360 lifters. Those will work just fine. Big thing to check is just your tolerances in the bores to make sure they're not too loose, because that's a common problem as well. As you've seen in my other video when I've been replacing the rocker arm shafts, these are non-adjustable rocker arm shafts. So that means you don't have to adjust valve lash. It's all hydraulic lifters, stuff like that. So that makes it a little bit easier, but also a little bit confusing because it's not as common. One other thing that we're probably going to have a hard time showing is just the harmonic balancer down there. It only has 3 timing marks. So there's one timing mark for top dead center, and then there's a retard and advanced timing. So that's something that's a little bit different. You do need you don't need it, but it's a little easier with a digital timing light to get this all timed. As I've mentioned before, the exhaust manifolds are a little weird with only 3 ports coming out of the headers, or the heads. So it's a Siamese port design, and it only comes with 3 ports in the exhaust manifold. So you lose a lot of your power. You don't lose it, you just have a hard time gaining power on these AMC 327s given the head design. And there's no aftermarket options out there, so know your limitations there. That means big power is going to be difficult without power adder. You can always open them up. You can use Mopar valves. I believe you can use Mopar 360 valves and open those up a little bit, and they do help, but just know your limitations, I guess, with these guys. Also on here, I still have my weird spring set up, but they have the TV cable. It's not just a kickdown cable, it also adjusts the trans pressure in the automatics. So you need that hooked up, or you will run into transmission issues if you have an automatic. You can see that loose wire there was for when they had electric kickdown cables. I believe that was earlier on, but now it's all vacuum controlled and it's run off of there. So you need to make sure you're adjusting that. Usually you want it in on the throttle plate, and you want it nice and loose, and then you back it off about a quarter, so then you have that much pressure on it idle, and it'll move as you accelerate and up the pressure and all that. So what else? The AMC 327 was also used in boats. It was known as a Fireball 327. The cam gear was opposite and the distributor gear was opposite, so it actually ran backwards. Firing order was backwards. So you can use those motors, though. You just need to switch out the cam and the distributor. But something cool to know, it's just that it was a good boat motor because it made a lot of low-end torque, and it makes a lot of just good torque overall. So they're cool little motors. A lot of people don't know that they're the same thing, or that it's even an AMC. So I guess wrapping it up, I'd say the last cool thing about the AMC 327 is just that it has a unique sound. I'll play a little sound clip now of before I went with the cam and after the cam. so as you guys can tell, it's just it's a little different sound from a stock motor. It doesn't sound necessarily stock in its stock form, but really neat motor. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about the AMC 327. There's a lot of other quirky things that I'll probably get into with this other build that I'm doing. I actually just ordered main bearings, so those are coming in, and this build is beginning to come underway. So lots more details on the way. I just wanted to fill you guys in if you guys are interested in this motor, because it is not a Chevrolet 327. You know, like I said, some people have that misconception, and just interesting facts. So I hope you guys learned a little bit here. If you know anything else about the AMC 327 and you want to share, be sure to do so below. I'll pin your comments and just make sure everybody else gets to read them. If I made a mistake in what I said, be sure to correct me as well. I appreciate you guys doing that. You know, I'm learning as well. But yeah, so I think I covered everything there. More videos to come soon on this and my new 327 build. And yeah, as always, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.